What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live training. Well, today I have something very special. I think this will be a special training for you guys. This is specifically for people who are interested in dispatching. Then, for people who are interested in dispatching, but at the same time, for those people who are in the independent freight dispatching, that means this will work for people who are looking for carriers. At the same time, for those people who are not interested in finding carriers, but then they want to work for carriers first, and then obviously take it from there. Now, let's give. Can you guys hear me? Okay, everything is cool. Everything is good to go. This and then awesome. So we have an opportunity for people who are interested in, well, the topic for today, obviously, how to find good trucking companies. That's one thing. And in order to get there, I really want to show you how you, as a truck dispatcher, looking for a carrier, wanted to work for a carrier, and then from there, once we achieve that, you have the resource I will be showing you. Once we have that, then we'll be, transitioning into like being, if you're an independent freight dispatcher looking for, carrier. So these people actively, meaning carriers, actively looking for freight dispatchers, truck dispatchers, independent freight dispatchers. So I'll show you this. So tell me, I really want this, guys. For those people who are, subscribers following me, you guys know I'm not, it's not scripted. I'm not even ready for this. What I have, as far as the knowledge, the value that I have, and I just want to provide to you. That's it. And since I'm just talking and then sharing the value with you, I want the engagement. So if I ask questions like, let's say, where are you guys from? Are you a dispatcher? Are you an independent freight dispatcher? Do you need carriers? Just talk to me. Just say yes. Hey, what's up? What have you? I just want the engagement, right? On the chat, just say hello, and I'll take the rest, right? So, first question to you guys: are you a freight dispatcher or independent freight dispatcher? So again, if you don't know the difference, if you're fairly new to this, if you don't know like what I'm talking about, just let me know. And say that, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know the difference between a truck dispatcher and independent freight dispatcher. So if you ask me, I'll do my best to just go in and obviously explain this before we jump into the just nitty-gritty things, like the awesome thing. So please let me know. We have some people joined watching this right now. Just tell me, like, where are you guys from? Or just tell me, like, are you a dispatcher? Are you a independent freight dispatcher? Are you just a truck dispatcher? Are you a carrier or broker? Let me have that. And then it's one of the reasons why I ask this is because if you are a truck dispatcher and if you don't want to work for a carrier, I'll be showing you specific way how you can do that. That means there are carriers out there actively searching for independent freight dispatchers. I mean, the truck dispatchers. And then if you say, hey, Kamala, like, I do dispatch, I don't have carriers. Maybe you do dispatch and you have, I don't know, 1, 2 owner operators, and you want to grow, let's say, your, number of customers, let's say. So, and then I'll take it from there. And also, what's important with this strategy, I think what's amazing with this strategy is that not only carriers looking for dispatchers. Okay, so you guys not posting your questions. That's fine. Well, let me then guess that there are some people watching this right now. Some of you guys don't know anything about trucking, right? So it's fairly new to you. And some people out there watching right now, maybe it's you, that the truck dispatching, but you don't know what's that there is an option or the opportunity available to you, which is independent freight dispatcher. And there are some people, maybe it's one of you here watching, that you guys pro dispatchers. You know the difference. You've been in business so long and you're looking for carriers, but then you're just watching and see like what Kamal will be sharing with us today. But for each of these, as you can see, like three segments. One is pro dispatchers, one is know a little bit of a like difference between a truck dispatcher and an independent freight dispatcher, and then there's a third segment, don't know anything, right? So for those of you who don't know anything about independent freight dispatching, there's a lot of content in this channel. Please go and watch videos. There's some very advanced training and then some basic training. Let's see. So okay, cool. Let me take. I think this is awesome. I think this is cool. Before we go, let me take this question. I think it's a question. All of these dumb dispatchers. It's always, we open to what's discussions, since this is a discussion, right? And this Zuzi says all of these dumb dispatchers. Look, all of these who, like, how many dispatchers that's first, like all of these, like, how, to me it's like, how do you know that all the people who are watching right now, they are dispatchers? What if these people are brokers? What if these people are, let's say, carriers? Maybe these people are, I don't know, people just interested in learning, new skill or something like that. But it seems like what's dispatching. Okay, so let's see. All of these dumb dispatchers that don't know anything has ruined our reputation. Then you are a dispatcher. I was right. Okay, so who genuinely has put effort into the business to understand market insights. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? I personally thought thousands of people, amazing people. By the way, I'll also take this question, and don't take me wrong. It's as long as you keep the language, I'll take your questions, and I know you have something to share, and I will definitely share that. Well, so, and then Zuzi also says that dispatchers in Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. By the way, love that country, Pakistan. Hello to Pakistan. Love to Pakistan. Love to India. I have a lot of friends, awesome people from India, in Bangladesh, awesome people out there. Hello to everybody. So then I want to say, Zuzi, I don't know your name, but then again, since this discussion, and then guys, this is an awesome, I think, discussion so far. You can, type your questions if you wanted to. So thank you for, sharing this with us. How do you know that these people from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh, they ruined or whatever, disrupted, did anything? I don't know. Like, you tell me, right? So what they did to the market, like based on what? Like based on what research or what data you have, so that you can say this specific three countries, we have problem, so to speak. So it's just a discussion, right? Okay, so there you go. And you're saying that you are from Pakistan. There are no hate towards any country, okay? But there are people who are genuinely ruining the market, man, okay? I've met a lot of people that own a dispatch company. Then this one first, when you said all of these dumb dispatchers, all of them, all of these. So when you said all of these, I was confused. Like, you are a dispatcher, and all of these, meaning including you, me, and everybody, dumb dispatchers. That was the confusion, I think. So I don't know why you say this. Maybe you have this personal story if you wanted to share with us, we can definitely listen to your story. But amazing people, if you're from Pakistan, as you said, the load board DAT, let's say, has a team of people that they work from one of these countries. I worked and I have a lot of students from these countries. Um, I'm not gonna, since there are some people out there, narrow-minded people, that they don't know what they're doing. It could be from any part of the world, but why saying from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh? I'm not judging you. I'm just like trying to understand like what's happening. Like that was the kind of confusion part to me when you said like all of these dumb dispatchers. Like, why is that? So a lot of my, let's say, VAs, tech VAs, they're from Bangladesh, they're from Pakistan. I have a lot of students, they are from Pakistan. Right now, we in my coaching program, they are people from Pakistan. Awesome people. And I had a live training in about a couple months ago. Can't remember exactly. But then, and again, one of the subscribers said that I respect that. You respect, meaning it's your opinion and you're sharing publicly. It's totally okay. So we're having this conversation, and because of the one or two people, let's say, and then obviously it says, well, because of this, I hate this country and that country. Let's put that away. So if you have a specific, let's say, a couple of people that had trouble with, and you can address those people, but then not the countries, in my opinion. And as you said perfectly here, that nothing genuinely in the market. Okay, there is no hate towards the country. That's awesome that you said. And when you said genuinely ruining the market, right? These three countries, like, based on what? Like, I don't understand. Maybe there are a couple of people, I would say, that you maybe know personally, but to me this was kind of confusing part. So hope that makes sense. Should we just jump in? And again, guys, let me know. And Zuzi, I don't know your name. Maybe it's a company name, maybe it's your nickname, but let's not say that they're people from Pakistan, India, in Bangladesh, they ruined this market. Why don't we just switch and think positively? How many of those people helped US based companies function, brought, let's say, millions of software into the marketplace that changed everything, changed the trucking industry. I personally building a software with a team of people from these three countries. Think about how many people from these countries, from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh, how many of those people helped US based companies build products and services. One of them that I know right now is Go High Level, and 80% of those people who built that software and helped the founders build that software from the ground were people from India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, right? So if we're just specifically talking about the market, meaning trucking market, but based on what data, right? So do we have that? Like, if you have that, please share it with us so we can see that. Okay, oh wow, okay, so these three countries ruining this transportation industry. I don't know, but then, and again, I think we're clear on this, that we, instead of just thinking negatively about X, Y, and Z, let's think positively. Let's say now. Okay, let me take this. Yeah, so what they are doing right now is that they are, meaning these three, like the people from these three countries. That's what you're saying. So you said that yeah, what they are doing, meaning people from these three countries now, is that they cold call carriers, okay, tell them whatever they want to, okay, ask for documents and just start booking without letting carriers know what's going on. It's think about like some people scamming, right? Scamming carriers. Is that what you're saying? So to me, like, tell me, are you a dispatcher or are you a carrier? Are you a broker? So you're saying that so these people are calling the carriers and getting, let's say, um, the, what do you say? Documents. Documents meaning what type of documents? Documents meaning carrier information or carrier's information. Is that what you're saying? So they're cold calling. They don't need to cold call. It's everything available, publicly. It's an FMCSA, the Safer website. There are a lot of websites, the load boards, a lot of websites that they can go. It's a public information. It's out there. My company information is out there. If you are in the US, your company information, let's say, well, you said you're from Pakistan, but it's public available. But scammers always will be there. So the company's job, let's say X company, should worry about scammers. And scammers not only from these three countries, the scammers are all around the country. I mean, around the globe. There are a lot of them. So now I think we're good on this one, Zuzi. So I had something to teach, right? So or show it to you. So now let me take this one. And again, guys, if you have a question, anything that you want to share with us, please. But again, avoid this. If there's a market, something happening in the market, I know it's a tough time right now, but let's not blame, let's say, I'm not pointing out like these countries, not blame them or they or that, or we don't want to do that. Why? Because when the market was awesome, everybody were making money, everything was good, but nobody was pointing out. But scammers were there, right? They always there. And again, I don't know exactly like where do you have this data saying that from these three countries, like, okay, so okay, let me take this one as well. And you said they're scamming carrier, sending them to a dead states. Okay, dead states meaning like no loads, going out. What do you mean by saying dead states? Just taking their percentage and it keeps going. Now, this way, carriers think all dispatchers are alike. This, and now they don't want to work with us. Oh, so you are a dispatcher. You're from Pakistan, and from these three countries, carriers, get scammed, obviously. Eh, and well, what can I say? I don't know. So I have situations that I personally experienced. There are a lot of people in the United States, they do exactly the same thing, right? So it happened. What am I trying to say? Meaning people, like if they are people like narrow-minded people, if they want to scam people, if they want to do harm to other people, they can do that. And nothing stops them, right? Scammers are out there, and obviously, the company is fighting back, with these scammers in protecting their businesses. But and again, it's not from these three countries; it's all around the globe, right? Now, hope that makes sense. Let me see. Let me take this one again, guys. Please, if you have questions, I really want to go into and show you the nitty gritty stuff. Let me see. Let me take this one real quick. With these current rates, I do not think carriers will. None of the carriers will survive, let alone hire use dispatch services. I don't know your name, but this is what I want to say. If you say that, I do not think that. Do you want to say many carriers or most of the carriers will not survive? I think I partially agree on that statement because there are a lot of newcomers. About, I don't know, I'm not going to give you the percentage, but what I'm trying to say when I say many people, they just like, hey, I want to get the CDL, purchase a truck and trailer, and that's it. I'm a carrier. Hundreds of thousands of maybe carriers going into the business. Yes, they will go out of the business. And there's two reasons for that, why it's happening. One is transportation is capital intensive business, right? And then the other one is brutally competitive. So if it's brutally competitive and capital intensive, meaning there should be like money in the bank, right? In order to survive, and these businesses will go obviously go out, meaning bankrupt, filing a bankruptcy if they're like big companies. If they have debt or something like that, then bankruptcies. But if you're just fairly new into the market, you're not filing a bankruptcy. You're just closing your business, selling your equipment. Let's say 2, 4, 5 trucks. That is that. But then, yes, we're not saying that no, there isn't companies that they're not going out of business. There are a lot of businesses going out of the business. Think about pre-pandemic. There were some people struggling, but then pandemic hit, right? The COVID hit. What happened? A lot of businesses, including myself, I was a carrier, and we struggled, right? But then after the pandemic, guess what? How many people became a millionaire in the trucking industry? Like, to me, like I have my friends that they made millions of dollars off of, let's say, trucking company, being a car hauler in the step tech market. They did a great job and they survived, but I couldn't, right? Well, it's maybe I didn't know, maybe I didn't have a proper plan to grow my trucking business. Okay. So then keeping that in mind, right, on that note, well, there are thousands of carriers out there that they're killing it. They have their customers. Think about, I'm not saying that market is it's in good shape right now. It's really bad. It's bloody right now. I totally get that. But think about, even in this market right now, there are carriers, maybe most of them, they're in the survival mode. And if they're even in the survival mode, they need team members. When you say they don't need dispatchers, think about this twice. Why? Because dispatchers, when you say dispatchers, maybe you're thinking finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load. This is what you may be thinking that dispatchers do: finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load. No, it's not. They're not just doing this, right? These three ingredients for a dispatcher. Dispatcher can do a lot of work, right? A lot of administrative tasks. And one of them, let me show you. I think this is. Let me go there. Oh, there you go. Let me show you. Exit the full screen. I'll show you something very interesting. Let me close this. Oh, okay. So you said many. Okay, cool. Now, let me share this. Let's make this bigger. Think about United Rentals. This is not a trucking company. I think this illustrates the point. There you go. This company looking for dispatchers. Like, have you thought about this? A rental company looking for carriers. I mean, dispatchers. Do you want me to show you? Like, they posted there is a job post for this company. Let me show you. Let me go here, and then I'll show it to you. You guys know the company. Let me share this, and then let me go, and then I'll bring this. I do have couple of screens, so there you go. I'll share this with you. Think about, so United Rentals, they're hiring independent freight dispatchers. There you go. That's the description, right? So you can go ahead and read. They're looking for a dispatcher, and then there is a, let me see, paid, okay, leave. Let's see. Duties include, additional duties include. So you can read this. Do you think they're requesting, let's say, do you think that they need, when we say dispatcher, do you think that they need finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load? No. Dispatcher does the administrative work, and one of the administrative works, this is finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load, right? For a dispatcher. Think about schedule, drivers and organize dispatch of all equipment for the branch. Think about like organizing, let's say, schedules for drivers. That's one of them. Assist in taking customers' phone, like assist orders for deliveries, pickups, and service. Think about. See this? And this is like they're looking for a dispatcher, as it says here. See this? They're looking for a dispatcher. And you think that you want to work for a carrier? You don't have to. United Rentals, it's a huge company, and I have one of them. I want to show it to you. You can start any. You could be any part of the world. You can contact these companies if you know how to dispatch. Knowing this administrative work, I'm not talking about finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load. Although it's part of the deal, right? They assume that using this couple of tools here and there, and then that's what they need. And also, look here. So think about this one: technical knowledge of a DOT, Federal Motor Carrier rules and regulations. So if you know this, if you are a dispatcher, you don't have to become an independent freight dispatcher, meaning business owner starting your business. You don't have to. Many of our students, they want to work for a carrier or work for a company first, and they're looking for companies. Kamal, can you just refer a company that I can work for and then get the knowledge, then start my business? Well, here we go. Right? Go to Monster and talk about this. You guys know this. At least people in the United States. These are the popular, big companies out there for job search, job posting platforms. Think about now. This is one of them. It's a huge company, by the way, right? So let me share. This is the United Rentals, and when I was a carrier, I moved a lot of equipment for these guys. It's a huge company, and then a lot of freight dispatchers, meaning truck dispatchers, or just call it dispatchers. They work for this company, making a lot of money, meaning good money at least, right? So this one of them. And I want to show you another one. Give me a quick sec here. Let me switch to this one. There you go. The other one is Indeed.com, right? You guys know Indeed.com? You can go there right now, and here's the keyword. Type dispatch truck. And yes, maybe you're thinking, Kamal, like, how am I going to find carriers, though? Well, you told us that how am I going to find the carriers? Because the title, it says how to find a good trucking company. And why I said good trucking company, because they're ready to work with the dispatchers. And this is where we're heading to, right? Now, when you type this, you will see that North American Transport Services, meaning this company, let me share this company hires freight dispatchers. Now, let me come back and you can read. You can go there right now, Indeed.com, put truck dispatcher, and you can read about this company. They're based on, what is it? Oh, the location is Florida. Okay? And you can read what they need, what they're looking for, the key responsibilities. Okay? Effective communication. We talked about in this channel that this is very, very important, effective communication. There you go. Strategic load matching. What is it? Searching for loads, booking for loads. That's what they're looking for, right? Align our trucks with the customer orders. What that means is that they're not using a load board. They have their own load board, and then you will just pick the load and assign to a carrier, let's say. I mean, to the truck. That's what they're looking for. So don't confuse this. Like, I don't want you to get confused with this. You're not using a load board to search for loads for this carrier. This carrier, has already. I think it has about like 700 customers. That's what I read. Let me see if we can. Let me share this with you guys so you can guys see this. So this company has already their own customers, right? And with a lot of carriers, I mean the drivers for their trucks. They have a load board. You need to match those loads with the driver. Think about it that way, right? So this is where, hey, I don't want to become an independent freight dispatcher. I want to work for a company first. I want to get, experience. Then I want to start my dispatching company. But it's still, you need to know, dispatching aspect, right? Finding a load, booking a load, dispatching a load, the communication, the negotiation, like using the tools and etc. Then you can work with these guys. Okay. Now they need. Okay, so now this is where this how to find good company, meaning the carrier trucking company to work for. North American Transport Services is one of them. And think about how many you can pull from these job sites. That's the strategy that I really wanted to share with you guys. Think about these people actively searching for a carrier. You could be an independent carrier. And by the way, this is how you apply, right? So once you click, and it just like asks you to create an account, and then you can apply. But you can also, you to call them and then say that you are an independent freight dispatcher. If you are an independent dispatcher, because they're looking for, the dispatchers. It could be remote job. It could be inside the office, meaning in their headquarters or any location that they might have. But at the same time, think about people working like independently. They have the dispatching services and offering dispatching services to these people. Isn't that awesome? Just drop a comment or anything so I can read that. It helps before I just move on. I will show you in a couple of sites, and then we'll take it from there. Let's see if we have. Let me take this. Gary says a good dispatcher will know how to negotiate rates. Okay, favorable for the carrier. So we should be assessed to carrier. Yeah, what that means is that yes, if your carrier makes good money, then obviously your dispatcher makes good money, right? Yeah, I 100% agree with that, Gary. Okay, so let me take this one. Everybody talks about the current market. Let's talk about this. With the current market situation, what is the future of a trucking business and also about dispatching business? Like you asking my personal opinion on this one, it's to me, and again, it's my personal opinion. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, right? That's what they say. Like I think positively about both freight dispatching and in a trucking business in general. Why is that? Well, it is bad right now, but it's not that bad. Why? I say this a lot, that if you see people like in the United States right now, because why I say people in the United States, because this transportation, we talk about like US market, right? And this is one of the reasons why I say like people in the US, meaning if they go to a supermarket, if it's everything available for purchase, you see everything on the shelf. If you want to buy cereal, you want to buy, I don't know, juice, anything like that, if it's that available to you for a purchase, that means trucking is still, it's working, right? Economy is moving. Yes, the prices have gone up because of the inflation. Yeah, I totally get it. But I want to say this: most of the people who are on the internet right now talking about this market conditions, there's a bad situation, it's really bad right now, the economy is down, the trucking is dead. You just go to YouTube and search for like, is trucking is dead, or trucking market, the trucking market conditions, or something like that. You will see that a lot of people talk about this negatively, but for some strange reasons, those people who are making good money, they're not talking about this. Although, as I said, yes, it's slowed down. It's bad. It's not good. It will pick up eventually. That's my opinion. That's what I think. That's what I see. And again, based on the load board, I did 2 live streams today. This one, third one, one on TikTok, the other one on Instagram. I was talking about the load board. I opened up the load board and I was like going over the loads. I pulled up about 13,000 loads for different equipments, and I was just doing my research. I see posted step deck loads going for 2 point, like averaging 2.80. I do see those loads, right? And again, if you ask me like how I do that, well, join my the live streams that I do. Yeah, and again, it's not, market is bad right now, but it's not that bad, right? So still, you see when you drive, like you just go outside, you see that trucks are moving, right? But those people who are like couldn't manage, let's say, why? Because brutally competitive and capital intensive business, it's just like they gave up and like, man, I'm not gonna survive. That's one. And then second, those people who are going out of the business, I'm talking about like small, small carriers, like owner operators, carriers with 2 to 3 trucks. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about big companies out there. Like maybe you have something to share with Convoy. Man, Convoy's gone over. I mean, the bankrupt or has a lawsuit or something like that. I'm not talking about those people. Those are mega carriers, mega brokerage companies, like huge corporations. I'm not even talking about those people, but I'm talking about us, meaning like average carriers, dispatchers, the people who do the groundwork, right? So if you're like, man, I'm not doing the groundwork, well, then you still watching, you watching this, right? You're part of us, right? So you're part of the team, and this is why they just couldn't manage, because they don't have customers. So that the third reason, they built their systems, meaning bought their trucks and trailers based on the load board. Man, load board is available for us. What I'll do is it's just like, I'm not going after the shippers, meaning carriers. Oh, I have a load board. So then started buying trucks. Hey, brokers already posting these loads to the platform, right? Meaning the load board. And I want to buy trucks because loads are here. It logically makes clear sense that if I just go and purchase truck and trailer, and I will be using a load board. But okay, but before you go there, what if market gets to this level, and then freight dispatchers do whatever they want to do, I mean the brokers, and now you're not getting the good loads. Good loads meaning high paying loads, it's not available to you. Well, 2 things happening here. One is obviously economy dictates, and again, like supply chain, I mean, supply and demand, what have you. But think about the secondly, what's the second thing is brokers. Most of the brokers, most of the huge brokers, let's say big companies out there, they use their own load boards. They're not even posting on these load boards anymore. Small companies, small brokerage companies, they use load boards to post their loads, right? And what they do now, remember we talked about this, now even they have this private network. Now even it's like, think about, they post load, now is shrinked, it's narrowed down. The private network, let me show you, let me go there, and then I will show you what I mean by this. So let me share this screen with you. Okay. There you go. So if you guys see this private loads, see this? Like the private loads, like get private loads from trusted brokers who have added you to their networks. See that? Now, what's happening here? This is huge, right? It wasn't here. Maybe it was there, but it wasn't public. We didn't know about this. Now, brokers have the ability to select, carriers. Think about if you're one of the carriers inside their networks, then you will be able to see those loads. Other than that, you won't be able to see those loads. See? Like this is huge, and they're not posting good loads on to like a searchable side of this load board, right? So this is where you and I come in, and then we do origin, destination, and whatever, and click search, and this is what we see. Now it's even more narrowed. Why? Because most of the loads, like average, let's say brokers, they're posting to their networks, and you and I, we don't see those loads. If you're part of the deal, you will be able to see those loads, and if not, then you don't see, and you are on the load's mercy. That is that how they say it? Yeah. And this is how you will be searching loads. And those carriers going out of a business just because they don't see loads. Those brokers have trusted carriers, and they assign their loads to trusted carriers. You don't see this. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is huge, right? And on top of that, think about that a lot of brokers, they don't even use, let's say, these platforms, and they built their own platform. Why? For control, I think, for the controlling purposes, right? So I need to have this grip. I really want to feel the grip of my business. I don't want to depend on this tool, that tool. I want to build my own tool, and I put whatever the loads I have from shippers. I'll post it, and then I'll make it available to my carriers on my network. Think about. So that's really, it's huge. And then I have one of my friends. He's a freight broker, and he's building like his own load board, own CRM, TMS, call it whatever you want. But the load board is part of it. And I asked him, like, why are you spending so much money on building this tool? But I think there is a unique selling proposition. I think they're bundling this service and selling it to the shippers, saying that, hey, listen, we don't depend on this. We use our own systems, our like automations, our integrations, everything, like it's in house. This is how they're selling it to a dispatcher. I mean, to a shipper, right? So that they can get loads from those guys. And obviously, the second one, I think that's the biggest one, is for controlling purposes. So another one I want to share with you. Think about one of my students. He posted inside our group, the paid group that we have for freight dispatchers. And by the way, link will be below this video. If you wanted to check it out, you can definitely check out. So these people like posting, how to become independent freight dispatcher, and see this. They're already making money, right? And yeah, people from Pakistan making good money, right? From overseas, people making good money. But if you are, from different country, and again, think about this guy, from India made 10K plus. And if you just go, like this guy made more than 20,000, what I'm trying to say is that there are carriers coming up here on Upwork and posting jobs for a truck dispatcher. And these people getting carriers, like, think about it. If you want to just work with the carrier, you just come up here, create your account, and then you just create your profile. That's it. And carriers will be posting jobs, and it will be available. What am I trying to say? Remember, we had what was it? There was a comment. It said, well, they won't be hiring because it's really bad market right now, and for that reason, carriers won't be hiring dispatchers. The market situation also about dispatching. What was it? The dispatchers. Okay, this one, right? Let me pull this one. So with these current rates, I do not think, right, many carriers will survive, let alone hire dispatchers. But they do. They hire dispatchers, right? And you can go, if you look at, for example, this guy from Kenya, from Pakistan. Let's say for this guy. So if you look at it, so you just scroll down, you will see this dispatching coordinator for box truck and sprinter van. There are people, getting help from these people. And this box truck owner, like a carrier, he gave a 5-star review. It says, great, 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 great. Meaning he had I think, really good experience. Now, let's see, the U.S. trucking industry dispatcher, lead gen, somebody hired for lead gen purposes, dispatcher, and again, dispatch truck logistics specialist. Do you know why is that? Because carrier posted this way. That was the title. That was the headline when they were posting a job for a dispatcher. So he got it, right? He worked with those companies, and you can do the same thing. You can go to Upwork, you can type truck dispatch, and just analyze and do the research and see how many carriers out there posting jobs in these job posting sites. What we learn from here, guys, why those carriers going to these people? Because you're not creating content. You're not waving your hand saying, hey, I am a dispatcher. I am a dispatcher, right? I want to work with you. That was the number one reason why I put the title, and it says how to find good trucking companies. And because I know that if you're interested in becoming a dispatcher, and if you want to serve a carrier, you are looking for a carrier. And here's the video showing you that since you're not waving, you're not doing any marketing, you're not pushing your services, and these people leveraging these types of platforms, and they say, hey, I'm here. If you have a job, let me know. And carriers, work with these people, and you see, like, it's possible people making thousands of dollars. And I'm not making this up, right? You see this. Upwork it's a huge company. It's available, guys. People are looking for help. I'm not saying if you had this, let's say, experienced experience with the carrier saying, oh no, it's really bad right now. I'm not hiring a dispatcher, I barely survive. Well, why he says that? Well, because he built his service based on a load board, and load board did not much to offer right now. That's the spot market rate, right? Spot market, that it should say something. It's on the spot. What we're looking for here. So if you really want to make money, then you think a little bit differently. And I want to show this in, like, think about these people came here because they couldn't find a dispatcher online, meaning on Facebook or somewhere else. They thought, okay, what if I can post a job for a dispatcher? And they posted, and this guy got it. 10,000 already. And you can do this is 3,000. And by the way, when you see this customer support, logistics coordinator, dispatching, all of them is same. Think about as a virtual assistant / dispatcher. That's what it is. If you want to call yourself, I want to offer virtual services to trucking companies, you can do that. There are a lot of companies from Philippines offering virtual assistant services specifically for trucking companies. And they get the market share, meaning they're making money, but you're not making money. Why? Because you're not marketing your services. And again, why? Because we have these people online saying, well, it's a bad market right now. Remember, I showed this guy with the box truck. I want to say something important here. So when we go here, and this one, freight dispatch, truck dispatch. Okay. Class CDL in-house dispatcher, freight dispatcher, cold caller, logistic dispatcher manager. This was posted by a carrier. What you can do is you can copy and then post on the search box, and then you click search. You will find the carrier who was posted this job. Think about how many jobs he got it. Dispatching company needs dispatcher. Dispatching company needs dispatcher. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. So, see this? It looks like a load board, right? So, what was the guy that I showed you guys? Let me see. I clicked on. Okay, I think this one. So, let me show you something very interesting. Now, remember we saw what was the box truck dispatch, carrier, lead gen, cold calling, telemarketing. Man, was it this guy? for the box truck, full color freight dispatcher, truck dispatcher. So the reason, the thing, what I'm trying to do is, there was a box truck, right? Hired this this company, meaning this guy. What was it, man? Not this one. But then there was a box truck, and why these people hiring these, dispatchers? Because those box truck owners, they might have, let's say, direct shippers, meaning they have a customer. Since they have a customer, they need help, and they come up here, and they're looking for um, for help. That's how it works. So if you're not going into, like, I don't want to create my business, I don't know, I don't have experience, this is a good example. This is where you can have experience. Guys, is that helpful? Do you guys like these types of videos? Just tell me, talk to me. So, okay, let's see. Let me take this one. With these current rates, we talked about this already, but what about this one? Come on. What should an outsourcing dispatch company should charge for its services? It all depends. I had one company off, they were offering dispatching services, and they offered their services, when back then, when I was a carrier, back in 2019, 2020, about like 40 years ago. So what they do is, let's say, if, well, overseas people, let's say from Philippines, they charge, let's say 3% or 4% for a carrier. And I don't know how the math works, but then those virtual assistants, they have like big office in Philippines. They hire people like virtual assistants, then they train those people, and they work, I think, on a salary. That's how that goes. They pay hourly rate for those people, but then owner of the company charging these carriers based on the percentage or whatever. I don't know exact math, because I work with the virtual assistants. They did the dispatching for me, and they did the social media management stuff. But then that's usually how it works. They charge for a carrier, and then they hire those people for their company. We talked about that. Okay, it says it's really good. It's awesome. That's great. Let me take this one. And again, if you guys have a question, please let me know. Okay, well, on the other hand, the worse it gets now, the better it will be in the future. Awesome. I can't. Well, you made my day. Well, yes, that's what I think. Yes, if it's something get worse in the future, it will be, yes. I 100% agree. Yes. The worse it gets, and the better it will be in the future. Yes, 100%. Many will go out of a business, so there will be scarcity of a trucks. Yes, that's what happened. I'm a good example. Why? Because in 2019, when the COVID hit, we were struggling. In 2020, this is where, 4-hour drivers, they got scared. People are dying. You guys experienced, we all of us experienced that nightmare, and these people don't want to work. But then we have a lot of expenses. Think about 4-hour trucks parked, and we paying thousands of dollars. Think about, like, monthly divide by weekly, divide by daily, divide by hour. I couldn't even sleep, because those trucks are not moving. But then obviously you need to pay the bills. Some banks understand your situation, some don't. Like, they need money. Hey, we paid you, pay me back, right? So yes, absolutely. And what happened to me, and remember I said, those people, meaning friends, that they're in the trucking industry, they still in the trucking industry, and they survived because they had money in their bank account, and they survived. Remember I said brutally competitive and capital intensive business. Yeah, I couldn't do it. And it was a small trucking company, and yeah, that's what happened. And because of the scarcity, I'm like, man, I can't, like, 6 months no income, we're not going anywhere. So that's it. So we just, like, full stop. We need to sell our trucks and trailers, and that's it. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, that's what happened. And this is what we will see, that a lot of businesses will go out, and then everything will start fresh. there will be a time that most of the people will just regret that why they stopped, why they gave up, why didn't they learn about dispatching, being a broker, being a carrier. Like, think about extra knowledge. Like, think about on like this specific video we've been talking about, I don't know, for about an hour now, about 50 minutes, right? You got a lot of knowledge. It's not hurting to learn from somebody who has the experience. Just sit and have this conversation. Think about, now you have knowledge, but then turn that knowledge into a skill, and then sell your services to carriers. So I think that's it from me, guys. And if you have questions, I'm still here. I'll take those questions. Let me see if you guys have questions. I will take anything related to trucking, anything related to dispatching, load boards, anything about this particular um, job searching sites. We can do that. Let me see. Let me pull this real quick. I think we have this question. Since we are doing this, I'll just pull this one real quick, and I will show you something. Let me do this. Okay, and I will take this question. Okay, if we are outside from outside, if we are outside from outside, should we call carrier that we are outside, or should we tell? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, is it tell the carriers that we are outside from the U.S., or just tell we have a LLC and we're in from U.S. Of course, having an LLC is mandatory. Talking to your carrier, well, the carrier will be asking, I don't know how the sales process goes, meaning how you get this carrier. To me, if there is a sales process, if you schedule a call with this carrier, let's say, any particular carrier, let's say there is a ABCD, I don't know, trucking company, want to work with you, and you are on a Zoom call, and they will be asking questions. Most of them they will ask, because I was a carrier when I was looking for my dispatching side of the business, when I had about like 25 owner operators, and when I needed help and I was hiring dispatchers, I was asking, same question: are you outside the US, or are you inside the US, or in the States, outside the United States? Why? What, for tax purposes, obviously, that's one of them. And it's like, we need to know, like, time, the communication. And it will get to the point where, obviously, carrier will ask, like, what are you guys from? And then, well, you tell the truth, right? So if you are outside, you are from Moldova, you say, I'm from Moldova, but then I have company in the US, for example. If you're outside the US, that's how it works. Let me see if we have questions. No more questions? Cool, guys. We'll end the call here, and again, what we decided is, doing these calls, since we don't have the much engagement for these coaching calls. I mean, the live calls. What we'll do, we'll test and see. Maybe we'll be doing monthly and see how that goes. We're really busy with the the community that we have. And by the way, if you wanted to take a look at the community that we have, if you wanted to be part of that community, well, I really want you to be part of that community. Let me see. Yeah, this is the community we have. Let me do this. What is this? This is the up-level dispatching community. And currently we have, community side, right? This is not, I'm not selling anything to you guys. But by the way, I'm just saying that if you wanted to be a part of the community, this is what I have for you. We have the community, meaning this is where we engage with the people, right? So think about people asking questions, and then we are what we do. We just help these people with their questions, supporting them every step of the way. And we also have, Classroom. This is where we have this Start Here module, going over these modules, showing how you can use this platform. And then obviously we have this the course that we have. We just posted this TikTok strategy that I had, I shared with the community. So if you wanted to be part of this community, you can go to this. Let me see if I can pull. It's a dispatch. Let me pull this if you guys wanted to be part of it. And also I'll put that link below this video. That's the website. You can go there, and if you wanted to be a part of this community, you can be part of that community. And if you wanted to get more training on this, how you become independent freight dispatcher. So that's it. Let me see. We have questions? No questions, guys. Thank you so much for all of your questions, for all of your engagements. So I'll see you on the next live YouTube call. Thank you.